Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome. Good evening. Good afternoon. I have this conversation with myself all the time. But hello and welcome along to your Rabble Live at 5, your latest Rangers news show. My name's Martin. I am your host, and my co-host today, as ever, on a Monday, is my good friend Bryan. Bryan, how are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. Quiet weekend, so yeah, looking forward to this.
Are you still in a bad mood with me because of what I just done?
No, fine.
No, you were pretty angry about it, Bryan. You were pretty angry.
You just killed a spider, folks. You know what happens if people kill spiders?
Yeah, they no longer have spiders round about them.
Bad luck. Bad luck.
Waking up in the morning's bad luck. So yeah, hello everybody, welcome along. If you can, please get your comments and your questions. And I'm not asking you to do my job for me, but if you could do my job for me, that would be greatly appreciated. I have scoured the web. I put in Rangers and news into Google, right? And not a lot really came up. So we've got a couple of things to discuss about the Queen's Park game. A wee look ahead to Wednesday, Old Firm ticket allocations, etc., etc. But if there's anything else that you've seen or you want to discuss or you want discussed, get it in the comments. If it is a question, nice big capital Q at the start so I can differentiate from a comment and a question, and you would be greatly helping the show out because I'm not the brightest, as Bryan will attest to. Absolutely well. Bryan, mate, I suppose there's only really one place to start, and that is, of course, we'll come to Queen's Park in a minute, but the draw got made, and it is Celtic at Ibrox in the next round of the Cup. And of course, as usual, there's got to be some kind of controversy somewhere, Bryan, before the game's even kicked off or anywhere near it, and that, of course, is the Old Firm ticket allocation. I believe Bryan just told me that clubs are entitled to 20%, Bryan, which would mean Celtic would get how many tickets?
If it was actually 20%, they would be entitled to 10,000, roughly 2,100 tickets.
Which you would imagine that they would then just put the Celtic fans into the same kind of bit that the away European fans get.
Well, the away fans in Europe, I believe, get just under 3,000, I think. So I've got a strong suspicion that we will end up they will end up getting the whole room loan, I would imagine, as a compromise. Safety wise, I mean, they already feel unsafe coming with just the 2,000 that come. So, 7,500 of them is going to come. So yeah, I just don't know. But that's my strong suspicion is the Rangers will get told that it's the full Broom loan. So I don't imagine a lot of fans are going to like that, but I'm afraid that's where we're kind of stuck with these rules that are in place, and folk will be wanting the European allocation max, no more than that. Unfortunately, I think what's going to happen is we're going to end up giving them the whole Broom loan. That's my strong suspicion is.
You're judging that on previous boards, though, Bryan. This new board, I don't think take any crap. I don't think they take any nonsense. So it will be interesting. The question is, does it matter, Bryan? I know it matters in terms of Rangers supporters want to go to Ibrox to watch their team, and if you give them a lot more tickets, then Rangers supporters lose out. But in terms of the actual game, in terms of the actual 90 minutes or the extra time or whatever, does the amount of Celtic supporters on the ground matter?
Well, it does for the folk that sit in the Broom loan. That's going to be an issue for them, isn't it? So Rangers have said that you have a season ticket and you get Celtic games, but I dare say Cup games are sort of exempt from that sort of season ticket sort of reasoning. So I've just got a strong feeling that they're either entitled to 20%, but I reckon they'll get the whole Broom loan, which will be 7,500. And I think it all depends what the police say as well in the council. They're going to be the rule makers in this situation. They're going to decide what's going to happen. It's not going to be Rangers or Celtic. Celtic can ask for the allocation that they want, and it'll be up to the police and the council, I believe. So we're just going to have to toe the line here, and it's something we probably all don't like, but it's the way it is. So nothing we can do.
We shall wait and see what happens. But we play Celtic, Bryan, because First of all, the referee in their game was clearly told, wait until Celtic score. Don't worry about the amount of injury time. Just keep going, keep going. Secondly, because we absolutely demolished Queen's Park. The best whole performance under Danny Rose so far. Out, Bryan, we were outstanding. We took the game extremely seriously. All the players were up for it. And a real confidence.
Yeah, and it was nice, as we said on the reaction. It was nice to see the new players contributing heavily. They were eager to get involved and get on the ball and make things happen. So that was nice to see. And even the guys that came off the bench, they looked eager. And so Rolls somehow got this squad now singing from the same hymn sheet and everybody pulling in the same direction. Something I don't think any Rangers fan imagined happening when he was installed. We were well out of it, that title race at that point. Squad was rudderless. We were looking for a miracle, and we got delivered a miracle in Danny Rowe. He has done something that nobody else thought was possible. We're 3 points behind Hearts now. It's quite amazing what he's actually managed to do in the time that he's been here. We all thought a lot of these players that were in the squad were not good enough, weren't shouldn't be there basically. And he has somehow cajoled this squad and added a sprinkling of good players in there with the signings in January, and he has now got this squad playing really, really well. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks. As I say, I earmarked what did I say it was? It'll be the 7th of March now is the new sort of bookmark for me now, because that'll be the end of the run, and that'll be the take us up to the Celtic in the Scottish Cup. So it's going to be an interesting month, roughly. So it's going to be 4 weeks. It's going to be very, very interesting.
Really exciting as well, Bryan, if we're being honest. I said that this morning, for people who maybe didn't catch it, we do now on a Monday at 10 a.m. we do a morning phone-in on YouTube. It is a member show, but on a Monday it is made available public. So if you tune in at 10 a.m, you can get your calls in and have your say on anything to do with Rangers. Apparently, I've got some microphone issues. I will try my best to sort it. If I bring the microphone effectively straight up to my face, although why would you want to cover this? But no, it's for the first time in a long time, Bryan. Even the year that we won the league, we ran away with it, really, didn't we? Under Steven Gerrard, to be honest. So to have a proper freeway title race, Bryan, us and Celtic both in the Scottish Cup, albeit one of us in the next round will be out. Really exciting. It's been a long, long time since we've had something like this.
Yeah, this is a throwback to probably the sort of Kilmarnock game.
O'Neill McLeish era. Yeah,
O'Neill McLeish, and then you've got Walter Smith, pipping them at Kilmarnock on the last day of the season. So yeah, this is bringing back. A lot of the younger, as Lewis and a couple of the other guys and the younger guys in the pod are, they've not experienced something like this, or if they have, they can't really remember it. So it's going to be something that's brings back a lot of memories for the older Rangers fans in the sense that they've been, seen there and done it. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting time. And back then, you've got to remember that we didn't certainly play pretty football all the time, but we won games. I think that's the most important thing right now. We've got to get through this next batch of fixtures up to, as I say, next start of March. We've got to get through these fixtures by hook or crook, win them. Doesn't have to be pretty. It could be 1-0 all the way. I don't care. As long as we win, that's what matters. And Danny Rose, he's that. We were all saying the defence was the problem. Well, he's somehow again managed to get a defence now that can operate as a unit and keep out the attacks. So anything's possible now. The players have just got to believe. You've got, as I say, you've got the experience now of Skov Olsen, who's been on the European stage for a good while now. Nadiri's now look as though he's scoring goals. Got 2 at the weekend, so it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nervous. It'll be everything and anything's possible. So yeah, I'm right up for it.
And there's a few people in the comments talking about, under Clement, we had a bit of a a bit of a title race. What I would say to that one is we done well to get back into it and then very quickly fell away. So that where some people might want to class that as a title race, not particularly because Celtic eventually did win it quite comfortably, to be honest. But I mean, even just the way Bryan that the manager's got us playing now, and I mentioned this morning, and I will mention it again. It was something that he said in his post-match, Bryan, about how he wanted to build back the confidence and he wanted to get solid defensively before then putting his attention more on the forward areas of the pitch, which he seems to be doing now. I mean, and Kilmarnock and Queen's Park, 13 goals in 2 games.
Yeah, he's, as I say, he always said he wanted to make us very difficult to beat first and foremost, and then once he addressed that, he was hoping to then sort out the other end. So we brung in Skov Olsen, we brung in Nadiri, Chukwani you could throw in there as well because he's even managing to get onto the score sheet now as well. So he is adding his own element to this. I think you can say, from seeing the new guys, okay, it's only been 1 or 2 games, but you could certainly put them down to being successful signings on the face of it so far. All 4 have hit the ground running and done really well. Romans looks like a fitter, younger Borna Barisic, doesn't he? He's up and down that left-hand side. He plays like a left winger at sometimes. So, yeah, it's exciting. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I really am. As I say, it's a throwback to title races going down to the wire from years gone by. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We've got a few questions, right? The first one, but we discussed right at the start of the show about how I killed a spider before we came on, and multiple mans. We just killed the spiders. Does that mean Rangers will now have bad luck?
Well, that's very true, isn't it? Yeah?
He's got a point. He does have a point.
Yeah.
Hopefully no. Here's a one for Colin. Why is the Hearts game a 4:30 kickoff? Bryan, I don't know why half of the kickoffs are the times that they make them now.
Would that be a Sky job? Is it on Sky? I would imagine it's on Sky.
Well, ever game the Hearts on Sunday?
Yeah.
No, it won't be because it's at Ibrox.
I don't know. I have no idea. I can't answer that.
As far as I'm aware, the Sky deal's a bit. Well, I mean, it's a bit mental. It's a bit crazy. Because I'm pretty sure the only home games that they can show for Rangers and Celtic is when Rangers are playing Celtic or vice versa. That's the only home games we get.
Yeah, I was just thrown out there in the sense that Hearts are top and we're second, and maybe Sky would pick it up. I don't know. I mean, I noticed Celtic's playing Kilmarnock away at 2:00. We're playing at 4:30, so I don't know. I'm just sort of surmising that Sky might have thought, oh, we'll pick
maybe
this
it
up.
Is then. Maybe it is. Maybe Sky will be doing a double header, taking Scottish football maybe a tiny bit seriously now, Bryan. Who knows? I mean, a question in here for Stuart, Bright. Are these 2 Old Firm games within a week must-wins? Yes. Every game. Motherwell on Wednesday's a must-win, and then Hearts at the weekend's a must-win, and then Livingston away is a must-win, and then the 2 Celtic games are must. Every game's a must-win.
They're all cup finals now, aren't they? They're effectively cup finals. 13 League Cup finals left, and then we've got the quarterfinals against Celtic. So they're all effectively cup finals now. We're in a position now that we never thought we would be, but we are. And the manager has instilled a belief that we can do this. And I'm quite sure, quietly and confidently, he's saying that to himself that he'll be telling the players we can do this. I don't think he's not silly enough to say it publicly and say it out loud, but he'll be saying to his players, look, we've reeled this Hearts lead in. We've overtaken Celtic now. We can go and do this. That's just the confidence of the man, and it's absolutely must wins. There's no doubt about it. I mean, when is a game against Celtic not a must win? It's they're all must wins.
Now, I'm going to get you to pronounce this, Bryan, because you are, without a doubt, the pronunciator of the rabble. You don't get any words wrong. You certainly don't get metaphors wrong, Bryan. So, we are Rangers. We must win. This is our
Rising Detry. Oh, no. John's lost me.
Is it not a raison d'etre?
Well, exactly. There you go. So you knew the pronunciation already.
I think that's the pronunciation. I'm pretty sure that's the. I just wanted you to get it wrong, Brian. If I'm being honest, I really just I wanted you to get it wrong. Can we
It's not
can
is it? Jeez.
can we discuss a player who got so much stick? Again, mentioned on the morning show this morning, actually by one of the callers, Nasser Giga, Brian. Look, I've been inundated with. I say inundated. Two people have asked me, right, but that's inundated for me, right? Inundated with questions about would you keep him? Would you keep him at the end of the season, Brian? Would you bring him in if the fee was, reasonable? He certainly got a lot better before AFCON and coming back from AFCON. And again, I said this on the reaction as well. I'm not panicking now when I see his name in the starting lineup.
I think I said on the reaction that I'm on the fence with. I'm getting a, I'm getting a prickly bum deciding this when I don't know what to do. He's improving absolutely, but I want to see this over a sustained period now. I want to see this right from now to then. If he does this from now, for the majority of this season, then I'll be more inclined to be keeping him. I'm just not wanting to throw my hat in that particular ring yet, just in the off chance that he decides to, play silly buggers again and, make mistakes. So I'm probably coming round to the fact that I want to keep him, but I'm still reserving judgment just now. I want to see more evidence of a sustained form, sustained good defending, and no more mishaps. So I'm on the fence just now.
Well, I'm not. I'm off the fence, Brian. I've pulled the splinter out my arse, and no, I wouldn't sign him. I wouldn't bring him in. I'd leave it where it is.
If he carried this form from now till the end of the season, would you keep him?
I don't know. I'm going back on the fence. I'm going right back on the fence. I don't know. I thought I knew, and then I went to answer, and I went, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But I mean, if you gave me the option for next season, a John Souttar or Nasser Giga, I'm picking Giga, probably, over John Souttar. Right now, Souttar's got the experience of Scottish football, and if I had to pick one of them just now, then I'd probably put John Souttar in front of him. Come the end of the season, I would be bringing Giga in and letting Souttar go. Because if you think about it, we've got Cornelius to hopefully come back at some point to help us with the run-in. You've got Fernandez as well to come back in, hopefully for the Motherwell game on Wednesday. The manager kind of alluded to it, but he might be back. So I think right now the defence, which I actually did worry about come the end of the transfer window, I was convinced, Brian, that we had to bring in another centre-back. But the way the defence is looking now, with the players that are there and the way they're playing, maybe we're just okay to go to the end of the season.
Yeah, because I believe Cornelius is due back any week now. Very soon. It was said mid-February, so we're nearly into mid-February, so he can't be far away now. And if he comes back, that gives us 4 options, and that's what you want. You want 4 centre backs. So this is the Cornelius returning could indeed be a nice, perfect timing. It really could be, because that, as I say, it gives us 4 options going into the last few games of the season. He can rotate his team how he likes. He doesn't have to put Cornelius out in the left back position now, because obviously we're filled it with Romans and Magoma now. So yeah, it's looking better. The defense is looking miles better than what it was. So yeah, it's down to the players. The players have got to realise that they've got a chance now. They've got to take this chance. It's right there in front of them. If they win all their games from now to the end of the season, they win the league, right? That's the bottom line. So these guys have got to know that, want it, and deliver it.
And there's surprisingly, people in the comments are saying that Cornelius, once he's back, is simply just a squad option. He's not a starter. If we think back to when he was in the team before he went international duty and got injured, a lot of people were saying he was our best player, Brian. Best defender, I should say.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you can't discard Giga and Fernandez form. You can't just say to them, well, Derek Cornelius is back, he's in the team. He's got to earn his way back in at the end of the day. If he wants to get back in the team, he's got to earn it. You don't just get given chances at Rangers, you earn them. So he's got to knuckle down in training. He's got to, show the manager that he wants a starting berth, and when he gets a chance, he's got to take it. It's as simple as that. It's he's got to prove to Danny Role that he deserves that spot, and not just given it.
Now, there is a few rumours kicking about, and I don't know how true. I can't see this being true, but because it's a rumour kicking about, I will bring it up, Brian. Aston Villa may be interested in signing a pre-contract for Bailey Rice. Now, as far as I can see, I don't know anything. I've not been told anything, but as far as I can see, I don't think Rangers are going to put up a fight at all. It would appear that Rangers it looks as though they'll be happy for Bailey to go. Injury issues, he's not getting a lot of game time. It's a strange one because touted so highly, and cracking player, Brian. I've watched him many times. Played for the youth teams. He was always a standout. He was always the best player in the park by a country mile. And his Rangers career just never really, it's just no worked for him, has it? And injuries obviously haven't helped.
No. I think Role will be his third or fourth manager that Rice has been under. That'd be roughly correct, give or take. Yeah. Not one of them's taking a punt on them, have they? I think Clement played him in the second half at Man United. That was as big a game as he probably got. He came on as a sub.
Which he was outstanding in, by the way.
Yeah, and then he came on as a sub, if I remember rightly, away to Livingston. Michael Beale's the manager. So his as you say, his chances have been limited. Every manager that's come in hasn't rated him or hasn't thought about playing him. So it's just one of those things. As you say, he was highly rated when we signed him. I don't think the youth setup at Rangers has helped them either. That's been an issue as well. We haven't, utilised the youth system at all. We've just totally ruined that side of it, and that's a side of the club that really needs major attention to. So, no, it's just not worked for him. And he was, you say, he was meant to be better than Liam. Was it Liam Miller? So, look what happened.
Lennon Miller, yeah. So, there's Lennon Miller, played for Motherwell 100 times, and then he's out in Italy. Bailey Rice is where he is, so just shows you, doesn't it? It really, really does. And can I just say to John, right, Raison d'Autre is not something that you're going to hear on the Rabble ever again. I've heard it in films. I knew what it meant, John. I had no idea what it meant, Brian. But I have heard it before, but I had no idea what it meant. But, it's the Rabble. It's called the Rabble for a reason. It's what was it you used to say, Brian? Was it the $63,000 question?
No.
Or something like that.
Just move on.
Super chatting from our very own channel member, Chunky. Thank you very much, Chunky. Martin, if you count the goals we scored till the end of the season, I will pay it to the. You don't have to do that, buddy. You really, really don't have to do that. No, that's absolutely not necessary. You remember, you support the channel. Absolutely enough. I can actually see down the bottom my microphone's having a bit of a flaky. I don't know what's going on with it. But thank you very much, Chunky, for the super chat. Thank you for the support, my friend. And Brian, we can't leave without having a very, very quick discussion, which we will do later on tonight at 7:30, in a lot more detail for the Rabble members. Wednesday night, Motherwell. Are we bigging Motherwell up a little bit too much?
No, I think we're bigging them up. I think we're giving them the respect that they deserve. They've done extremely well this year. I think if we were going into that game saying we're going to win this easy, I think that would be, that would be the wrong thing to do. I think we're doing it perfectly correctly. We're giving them the respect they deserve. They're 4 points behind Celtic, are they? Something like that. They're right up there, put it that way. And they've done that for a reason. They've signed good players. They hired a good manager. They're playing well, so Motherwell's always been a tricky place for us to go. So no, I don't think we're bigging it up too much. I think we're just giving them all due respect. So absolutely, no, I don't think we are. I don't think any Rangers fans under any illusion that this isn't going to be anything but a difficult game. So no, I think it's perfectly correct.
I know we played them in the cup and obviously we lost because it's okay to kick people in the head. And no, I won't let it go. I won't let it go. But in terms of domestically, Brian, do you think this will be Danny Rose' toughest test?
Well, no, I mean,
I know we went to Parkhead and won, but this Motherwell team right now, right up there with us, is the most informed team in the league, flying at their place, tails are up, something to prove. Could this be Danny Rose's most difficult test?
Well, it's one of. I don't think it's the biggest test. It's going to be a big test, but Rangers, the way we're playing just now, we're not conceding. We're scoring goals. I'm fairly confident if we play how we normally play, we can go there and get a result. I'm not sort of saying that we're going to struggle to go there. I'm firmly in the belief that if we play the way we can and we apply ourselves the way we have been recently, there's no reason why we shouldn't go there and win the game. There's no reason that shouldn't happen. But you've just got to be mindful that Motherwell's been doing pretty well this year, and you can't just write them off as a maybe they're doing okay and all this. You've got to treat them with the respect that they deserve. So it's going to be
one in 6, Brian. They've conceded at home, 1 goal in 6 games, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it's something like that. So they're not conceding much either. So it's going to be a tricky one. It could be a 1-0 job. It could be as I said earlier, these 1-0 wins. It could be one of those situations, and it's a scrappy game, and we sneak a goal at a set piece, and we win 1-0. But let's be honest, it doesn't matter. If we win every game 1-0, I'm not bothered. Well, there's that as well.
They haven't faced Nadiri yet. What did you make of Nadiri, Brian, against Queen's Park? And we kind of discussed it on the reaction, but obviously a day later, you've got a chance to digest it all, and I'm absolutely loving his movement, his discipline, everything about. I love everything about the boy, and I've only seen him for 1.5 games or 1 game in total.
Yeah, no, he looked really good. He picked the number 20 shirt because he wanted to carry on the scoring that he took from Hansa Rostock. So, the boy's obviously a confident lad. He's backing himself to score goals, and he delivered 2 at the weekend. So confidence is going straight away. He's not going into the Motherwell game not having scored against Queen's Park, and he's under pressure. He's feeling good about himself. He's making intelligent runs. He's 2 headers against Queen's Park. So there's that as well. So he's obviously good in the air. So yeah, and we've been doing pretty well at the old set pieces recently. So there's
he's also though, Brian, he's doing something that nobody in our team really has done this season, and that's that he's making defenders think and keeping them on their toes. Every single time there's a ball goes anywhere near that box, he's moving, trying to get to it or try to make space, so a defender's got to think. We've not had that so far this season yet, Brian.
No, we haven't. A young lad as well, 23 is he? 22. So he's obviously full of beans and desperate to do well for himself. So no, he's started well. But this is the thing, is what I was saying earlier with the Juga. He's got to show a level of consistency. We've not had a number 9 that scored over 20 goals since Kenny Miller in the league. In the league. Yeah, we've had Morelos who scored over 20 overall in cups in Europe, but we've not had a domestic scorer over 20 goals since Kenny Miller. That's got to change. That's not good enough. We should always have a number 9 that's more than capable of scoring 20, 30 goals. No problem. So that's got to change. And okay, he won't obviously do it between now and the end of the season, but he's got to show a level of consistency that if he's in the box, there's a cross or a pass, he's going to be the man to get on the end of it and make the difference. So he's been thrown the gauntlet, and hopefully he manages to rise to the occasion.
And I think he will. I'm for the first time in years, I've got a real confidence with this Rangers team and this Rangers manager. and the board, and everything just seems to be coming together. And it's leaving me with a confidence that I've not had for a long, long time. And look, even if we don't manage to go on and secure the title this season, which right now I think we're the favourites, I really do. But even if we don't manage it, Brian, then I've still got the utmost confidence going into next season if we keep a hold of Danny Rule and we can bring in a few more players that he wants and build the sort of team that he wants, that he can go on and be a real, real success at Rangers. Positivity that I've not had for so long.
Yeah, I think even just generally how he speaks in his media sort of dealings, Danny Role just breeds confidence. Everything he says is well thought out, and he doesn't just say anything very rashly. He's very calm. He speaks very well. He instills confidence in everybody, and as I said before, his confidence will brush off on the players, and he's not shirked anything so far. He's went to some tough places and got some good wins. So hopefully he's looking at Fir Park as the next destination and the next one to tick off his list.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Folks, if I could ask you a big favour, if you're watching on YouTube, if you could hit that like button, it really does help. It helps the algorithm pass the show to other people. So if you haven't, consider liking. Make sure you're subscribed as well so you never miss a video. And also, if you want to help out the show a little bit more and become a member, you can do so, as has Venom Edge. Welcome back, Venom Edge, to the Rabble members community. I hope you enjoy all the extra content, including tonight's show at 7:30, which will be myself, Alan, and Stuart on that one tonight, where we'll discuss the Motherwell game in a lot more detail. We'll probably look ahead to Hearts and discuss some individual performances from the Queen's Park game. And multiple man's asking, how do you feel the public shows with the phone calls have gone? Really well. Really, really well. And I hope that as the months, as the days turn into weeks, turn into months, and more people find out about it, then more people tune in and more people phone up. I've always said the phone-in shows that we do last as long as people want to call in. So the more people that call, the longer the show is, and the more content for you guys. Thank you, Mr. Jelly. I just subscribed. Thank you very much. Great name. Didn't he put in 3 times, but great name. And of course, Brian, at 6:30, we've got the women's show.
Yep, 6:30, reacting to the Rangers game at the weekend. Double digits. Lots of goals. And yeah, it's all 6:30. Tune in, folks.
And that will do us there. So thank you very, very much to everybody who has tuned in, who put a comment, a question, joined as a member. Just all the support the show gets. It's absolutely incredible. So thank you very, very much. Brian, thank you for joining me. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Make sure you join us at 6:30 for the Rangers Women's Show. And if you are a member, make sure you join us at 7:30 for your Monday Night Rabble.